Welcome to the Executive's View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille and Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is the Executive's View. Let's get down to business.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Executive's View. We are the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world on a Tuesday night, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that, man. You guys know before I get started, man, we are all over the place. If you see the show, share the show. We on Facebook, Instagram, X, Spotify, YouTube. We even got a TikTok, which we need to start posting on a little bit more frequently. But, well, all things in due time, man. But we're doing big things right now, man. And I could not do it without these gentlemen sitting here in front of me. Let me get these guys in here. You guys know my co-host, Barry the Villain Jordan's in the building. What's going on, my guy, dude?
What's happening? Villain is in the house. I need everybody to feel me with no hands. We here in the building, man. We're almost here, man. Football season's almost upon us. We got Coach in the building. We pulled him away from his busy schedule to get him in the building. LG, we in morning. We had a tough one on Saturday, but we're gonna bounce back. You know, Garnet and goal for life. What up? What up? What up?
Yeah, we will give you an opportunity to talk about that here in a minute, man. Speaking of Coach Lazar is in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I know we got a lot to get to, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention a little news and notes that I came across yesterday. Rest in peace to the one of the great big men of all time in wrestling, Sid. What you call him, Psycho? Sid Justice Vicious, former Horseman. You know, Vicious, like. Man. Yeah, it's like depending on however you knew him, he had three different, you know, so it's just I had to throw that out there because like he was one of my favorites of all time. He was the master of the universe and the ruler of the world, and one of my favorites of all time. And it's like, you know, the childhood took a little hit there seeing it news yesterday, so I had to get that out there. But yeah, let's get it.
Let's go, man. Yeah, definitely rest in peace to the Sid, man. Tough loss for the wrestling community, man. He will definitely be missed. Larry, man, he's here. He's here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure how long he's gonna be here, but he's here, man. And Astros are getting smacked around right now. Florida State took one on the chin. IU still out of. There's a lot going on with my man's right now, man. Talk to me.
I mean, you know, it's that time of the year, man. You know, we gonna be all right, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I take my L's like I take my dubs, man. So we gonna see what's gonna happen.
Definitely, man. Well, I'm not gonna waste anybody's time, man. There's a lot to get to. I know a lot of us got busy nights and busy days ahead of us, so I'm not gonna waste anybody's time, man. As per usual, I want to start with baseball. You know, there's a lot going on right now. Villain mentioned that he wanted to talk a little bit about the MLB most valuable player race. So let's start there. And we could parlay that into pretty much anything you want. Villain, talk to me, my guy. How you feel?
Wow. I mean, it's been a crazy week. I've just been watching our Yankees and just marveling at two things. One, how incredibly talented Aaron Judge and how incredibly foolish pitchers are to pitch this guy. Why do you keep pitching to Aaron Judge? I think he's at 50 home runs right now, and it's not even September. He looks like he's going to break his record from last year or 2 years ago. I apologize, of 62 home runs. But, you know, he's been amazing. And then it's like on contrast on the NL side, you have Ohtani, who is a 50-50 guy. You know, it's mind-boggling, right? But Judge has, you know, 50-plus home runs, and he's got the average over 330. So, Like it's a hot debate, who's the better player right now in the league, who's the best player in the league. You can go either way with it. I mean, right now, obviously I see Judge every day, so I'm biased. I got my Yankees cap on, so like the Villain's got his Yankee bias, and I know LG and Coach love that because they love talking about the Yankees. I can see the smile on their face. I see coaches, beaming from ear to ear.
No, because MLB talk is disguised as let's talk about Aaron Judge. It's like I see right through this guy, so it's like, but I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, come on. You love it. First of all, it's weird to see you without a hat on. That's for one. It's very weird, and then two, you love this talk. This is what gets you up at night. This is what makes you happy, and it should. It should, honestly.
I love good baseball. I love watching good baseball players. Aaron Judge is a good baseball player. I mean, but to be like, let's talk baseball. Let's talk MLB. Hey, everybody, like, go ahead.
Well, my thing was, let's be honest, Coach. Like right now, who's having the better season? Is it Judge or is it Ohtani?
I mean, I'm going to give the edge to Judge because Judge plays every day. And he plays in the field, should I say? What Ohtani's doing is ridiculous. I mean, we know about him, but it's just like, yeah, Judge, he's excellent in the field. He had a hell of a catch the other night, and he's going out there and he's the best hitter. But see, this is why it's great that you have an AL MVP and an NL MVP, because if you had to choose between these two guys just for MVP, that would be a very tough choice.
Yeah, so for me, there's a couple names I want to throw out there. Larry, I'll come at you in a minute. Obviously, Aaron Judge from the AL, Bobby Witt Jr. from the Royals. As a guy, obviously, Juan Soto gets mentioned. A name that is starting to gain some traction is Jose Ramirez from the Guardians. He's starting to gain some traction right now based off of this report I'm looking at from the AL. Obviously, in the NL, you got Shohei Ohtani, Francisco Lindor from the Mets.
Shout out to Lindor, too, having a really good year. Not quietly, but, his career in New York started really rocky. People were like, why did we trade for this guy? And he's having a really good year, too.
He's having a great year.
Because defense matters. It's like, again,
absolutely.
I would go out and say this. Look, if I had a vote, I would think long and hard about voting for Lindor because Lindor plays in the field and he play. It's like defense matters. It's like he's not in the same universe offensively as Ohtani. But when you add in the defense that he plays, which he plays a hell of a shortstop, and he's getting it done at the plate too. If you put those two together, that race is not as it's a little bit close, but I still think Ohtani gets it. But like I just want to say that about Lindor.
Well, I mean, let me ask you this one. Let me go back with you for a minute. I mean, what's your feelings on Bryce Harper? Because he's on the list. He's the sixth one on the list here. And what he's been doing, playing first, switching positions and playing first, and he's still swinging a hell of a bat and got the Phillies working in the thick of things here. What's your feelings on Bryce Harper over maybe Lindor? Now, obviously, Shohei Ohtani may get the thing, but to your point,
we've talked about this before. Bryce Harper is a freak athlete.
Yeah,
you can probably put him anywhere on a baseball field and he'll figure it out. He's a baseball player. He's just a guy where it's just like because of his skill set and just it's like he's a guy. He's one of one. When it comes to a guy like Bryce Harper, where it's like, yeah, I am not shocked that because this is we talked about this. He started out as a catcher, and they're like, wait a minute, okay, this kid's too good to be a catcher. Then it's like, let's move him to the outfield. Oh, he can't really play the outfield anymore because of his arm injury. Let's put him at first base. And now he's learned to play a hell of a first base. It's just like Bryce. I am a little bit mad at Bryce Harper.
He's a baseball player.
I am a little bit mad at Bryce Harper right now.
I'm sure.
But the fact remains that he, like I said, he is just a baseball player. I think you can put him anywhere. We got some guys moving around and stuff like that, like O'Neal Cruz getting moved to the outfield in Pittsburgh and stuff which I think is a good move for him. But there's been some talks in Houston with moving Jeremy Pena. There's some talks with Jeremy Pena being moved around in Houston. It's like, but again, Bryce Harper just amazing, baseball player. Like, so I'm not shocked, but I still think it's Lindor and Ohtani. And it's like you have Ohtani. When you look at Ohtani, it's just like, man, he's probably going to get 50-50, which is insane. To think about get a guy in today's baseball, people don't value stolen bases as much as they used to. You know, nobody runs anymore. You know, so for a guy to get 50 and hit 50 home runs, like again, like when you add in the metrics and stuff like that, Lindor, when you put up Lindor's metrics and WAR, and when you start getting into all that, then line up against Ohtani's, it makes it close. But I mean, Ohtani passes the eye test though.
I mean, Larry, talk to me, my man. I mean, there's some other names on here for both the NL and AL that I failed to mention, but I want you to go ahead and get your paintbrush out and start painting, man. I mean, where's your head at?
Why do we even disguise this for Barry's, therapy session for his Yankees? Why do we?
It's not a therapy session. It's like, look, he should be puffing his chest out. Aaron Judge has been amazing, Larry. Come on now. It's like at the end of the day,
I'm an Astros be such a hater, Larry.
Yeah, I'm an Astros fan, but I'm a baseball fan.
He's mad right now because because the Phillies are smacking this mess out of the Astros right now. So he's in his feelings right now.
No, I'm not even watching that. I'm watching last year's Michigan State.
You are.
I'm not in my feelings. I'm not in my feelings. I mean, because it's Aaron Judge's to lose. I mean, of course, he might give up a vote or two because Soto is his, battery mate, but other than that, I mean, it's for him to lose. I mean, and when you look at it, it's like, okay, everybody else might get, a handful of votes in here and there, but if he hits 60 home runs, just go ahead and tell UPS to leave it on his front porch. Have an adult 18 years older to sign for it, and just be like, what, we just gonna keep it moving. I mean, it's him to lose. And when you go to the NL, it's Ohtani's. I mean, when you look at it, Ohtani, not the fact that he plays in a big market, because you've seen a lot of these games for him and Aaron Judge. You've seen a lot of their games on TV. Man, not the fact that this dude putting up numbers. Man, Ohtani didn't hit balls like, that they looking for at NASA. He's hitting balls that's like,
they're still flying right now.
They're still coming down.
Right? They're gonna bring down a couple of Ohtani's balls with us. When you see a dude that hit those type of home runs, he got the numbers. It's like, and then people feel to realize he's doing all of that with a Tommy John elbow. Like, I mean, yeah, he can still hit. He can't pitch with Tommy John, but dude, imagine if that elbow was healthy.
Right.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. And remember before the season started, we all started talking about the Reds. Remember how we was all in love with the Reds? Dela Cruz. I mean,
yeah, he stayed number 4 on the list.
Yeah. He's actually gonna lose that by a landslide, and he's the 5th player since 1900 with a 20-60. Steve, you hit it on the head. People don't steal bases like that. But imagine you got a guy there hitting the 50-50 and is going to landslide with the MVP, and a guy's going to probably come in 3rd with a 20-60. Imagine that.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is utterly crazy. But, like I said, it is what it is. I hope Aaron Judge win the MVP, because I don't know if y'all knew, but the last 2 times that he's hit more than 50 home runs, you know who won the championship.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Love it. Let him keep on hitting them. Let him. It's like watching the Cowboys.
Tire yourself out, Aaron.
Yeah. That foot is already bothering him.
Use them all up. Use them all up in August, baby. So you won't get nothing in October.
Yeah. Get them all out.
And it's crazy. It's crazy though, LG. If Judge had got hurt at some point and didn't play the whole season, what have you, Bobby Witt Jr. would be a lock. 345 average, 27 home runs, 27 stolen bases, almost 100 RBIs, and it's not even a discussion. You know what I mean? Which is not fair. He's having a really good season.
I'm not going to say that because, again, I'm a Yankee fan, but it's going to sound like I'm a homer. You can't sit there and say Bobby Witt Jr. will win about last time when Juan Soto's doing what he's doing.
I was just about to say that. One would win it. Any other season.
His numbers are comparable, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta look at the fact that Soto plays in that big market in New York. He's gonna get some extra votes. And actually, to be honest with you, I don't watch as much Yankees games as Barry do. But when you look at defensively, Soto has been better than Judge. I mean, I saw Judge. He robbed one of the night, but Soto's been playing some.
His numbers are close. but I think there's a lot of plays that Judge makes that Soto doesn't make. And
there's a lot of plays that Soto makes that Judge don't make.
They don't test him. They don't test his arm. Like they don't test Judge like they do Soto. But I think you're right. Like Soto's numbers at the plate are pretty darn good. But I mean, I just want to be able to give Witt Jr. his props because he's having a really, really good season.
Yeah.
Well,
and, he deserves some flowers.
And you got Rafael Devers here from the Red Sox, Jarren Duran from the Red Sox here, Jose Ramirez from the Guardians. That's just to name the top 7. So I mean, there's some names outside of the big 3 in the AL that.
Man, you know what I'm gonna tell y'all. For every Mark McGwire, somebody got to be Sammy Sosa.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Somebody's gonna put up an amazing season and not win an MVP.
Right.
But you know what though? Chandler talked about this narrative. These writers love narrative. Some of these voters would love nothing more than the scrappy underdog, the underdog, Royals for Bobby Witt, who they're trying to make him one of the new faces of baseball. And I think it's working because the kid's amazing and I love what he's doing. But so I don't think enough votes will go to Witt to take it from Judge. But there are some people who will be like, oh, well, I voted for Witt because the story's good. So.
Right.
I mean, he'll get some votes. He'll get some votes for sure.
I'll go even further. You know what? He's probably going to get some votes. People are going to say, oh, he didn't have the protection that Judge did. He didn't have
that's not fair either because Judge protects Soto. Judge protects Soto.
Well, I'm saying you got to think about it. You got to think about it. His lineup is not as good as the Yankees lineup. So of course you can pitch around Bobby Witt. You can pitch around him.
But half of the season you've been able to pitch around Judge because he's, you got Giancarlo that's been
Giancarlo's been out,
Giancarlo's been hurt.
They just really got a cleanup hitter in Wells that they can rely on. They've had a couple guys batting cleanup that they couldn't trust. You know what I mean?
How many times
Torres? So Judge is easily walked.
But how many times do you come up and Soto's already on base and he's threatening to steal second or third?
But they still pitch around him.
They still pitch around him.
And would you rather pitch to Austin Wells or Aaron Judge?
Oh, well, that's a dumb question.
Oh, that's a dumb question.
But that's what I mean. So, they pitch right around them. So I understand what you're saying, LG, and it's a valid point. Like the Yankees lineup is better than the Royals lineup, but isn't that because Judge is in it?
Let's just keep it real. I mean, I know you guys aren't you guys are Yankees fans, but Alvarez on the Astros, that dude is having an amazing season. And if you think about it, normally he would have Tucker behind him, but he's had Diaz, and Diaz has been good. But you can pitch around Alvarez.
Right.
You could pitch around him because he don't have the protection like that in the lineup. And Bregman got a little hot, but that Astros lineup is definitely.
I will say this.
A lot of votes from Alvarez.
I will say this: if the Astros did not start where they started, I think your man will have a lot more votes than he currently has.
That's fair.
So. But anywho, man,
he has a lot more protection in that lineup. And I was watching the game today. I didn't even realize the Astros got 6 players within the top 15 in batting, which is crazy considering where we started the season at. But yeah, dude, it's the fact when you have somebody who's putting up numbers like Witt and nobody fears that lineup. Yeah, it's people gonna love that narrative.
Yeah, oh, definitely, man. With that being said, I wanted to press on and move from baseball. I wanted to spend a good portion of time talking about football since college football started last week. Week 0 started. I did want to give the Florida State fans an opportunity to say what they got to say and then let them move on. Gentlemen, you know what? I started with Barry first last time. Larry, talk to me, my guy. What the hell happened?
So I looked at that game differently than a lot of Florida State fans did. DJ was being DJ. and I'm not a big DJ fan. I feel like DJ was. It's crazy because DJ was rated higher than CJ Stroud. Yeah. And CJ Stroud put up amazing numbers at Ohio State, and he's balling out in the NFL. DJ needs to learn how to throw the ball down the field. DJ needs to know how to throw his man open. But with that being said, I'll say this, right? The biggest thing that I noticed was the missed tackles. People was like, oh, Georgia Tech was gashing y'all with the run. I saw at least 8 or 9 tackles for loss that were missed. This is the one part. I mean, I'm not saying it as a Florida State fan. I'm just saying it in general. This is the part about NCAA that I don't like. They don't get like a preseason game in. They play like a spring game that was like 8 months ago, and then some practices, and it's like, go tackle. I saw way too many missed tackles from Florida State. I saw drives that could have been stopped, but they were extended because of missed tackles, bonehead plays. I mean, I was just like, okay, hopefully we can clean this up the next game. I mean, it's the first game, and we're not looking at it like, hey, it's not the end of the season anymore. Because before, you lose this first game and it's the end of the season. But I was more upset with the missed tackles and DJ not throwing the ball downfield, not throwing his receivers open when nothing was there. He's reverting back to being the same old DJ. You could tell from watching the game, they clearly wasn't opening up the playbook for him. They were trying to keep it simple, and it was a recipe for disaster. I'm not gonna take nothing away from Georgia Tech. They played right into those hands. I mean, they was kind of sloppy a little bit too, because if you notice the game was really tight, considering it was some sloppy plays on both ends, but they cleaned up the mistakes that we made, and that was where the game went. But hopefully we'll get this. I'm more concerned about the tackling issue.
I can respect it. Villain, talk to me, my guy, man. Larry said it was, tackling. I kind of see it a little slightly different, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to speak on it, man. Talk to me. How you feel?
First of all, I think I apologize to Georgia Tech, because that's a bowl team that led the league in rushing last year, and I looked right past them. So that's a mistake on my part. They beat up Florida State, and I said it while we were talking about the game. They controlled both lines of scrimmage, right, defensively and offensively. Larry's right; they missed a lot of tackles, but this was supposed to be one of the best defensive lines, and they were non-existent. Florida State did not deserve to win that game at all.
No.
Like, even if so. DJ had the last drive, the last time he had the football, drove him right down the field, had a couple good throws on 4th down, what have you. And I felt like if he had got the ball back, they would have won the game. But that was 6 minutes left to go in the game, and they could not get off the field because Georgia Tech ran it right down their throats, beat them up, and controlled the line of scrimmage. It's not a blueprint. It's a known fact. Coach knows it better than I do. How do you beat a speed defense? You run right at it. And that's exactly what Georgia Tech did. And Georgia Tech deserved to win that game. Florida State did not deserve to win that game. I'm not going to hang this on DJU. I think he had a good game, not a great game. It's really, to Larry's point, it was the football, it was the tackling, it was assignment football that they missed, and Florida State got beat up. They got beat up, and you got to give them credit. Georgia Tech has a good program that they're building. Like I said, they were a bowl team last year. They led the league in rushing last year, and they've carried that formula over. They got it. I can't remember the kid's name. He's a really good player. I think he was a freshman All-American. I can't remember the kid's name, the running back, but
Haynes.
Yeah, Haynes. He's a really good player. He was making plays in space. So it was just Florida State. It was a bad matchup to start the season, kind of what Larry said, because that's your first game out the gate. And it was a bad matchup because that's a team, if you got a speed defense like Florida State, the speed means nothing when you're running right at it. And the linebackers it was assignment football because they were going into the wrong gap, getting, when they were running through the holes, the linebackers are not to be found because they were just all over the place. It was just assignment football from that perspective. So Florida State, they got BC coming up at home. They got a lot of work to do to get ready for that game. That's what I saw. That's how I saw it. Seriously.
So
I saw too much. I saw too many 3-and-outs from offense, and I get it. The defense, we knew what Georgia Tech was bringing to the game, but not just the missed tackles that because I've seen at least 3 or 4 times where we had a quarterback dead for rights in the back in the backfield, and they just missed the tackle, or they had him by the ankle and he broke out of the tackle. But the 3-and-outs, and DJ did have that one good drive, but it was too many 3-and-outs on simple plays. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. We tried to run a 3rd and 1 quarterback sneak and got stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, to Villan's point, you guys got beat at the line of a scrimmage, man. To Villan's point,
DJ, you 6'5" and like 2 something, dude. You put your damn nose down and you go get that 1 yard, bro.
Yeah. I think for me, gentlemen, and
but not everybody can run that QB sneak, right? Not everybody can run that QB sneak. It's
the tush pushes is a whole different ball game now, man. People are trying to copy it, but here's my thing, and again, I'm gonna be short and to the point. Based off of how you guys played, there was no consistency, there was no flow, there was no rhythm on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, I feel as though you guys did enough to win that ball game, even with the missed tackles. It was a 24-21 ball game. If you hold this team, especially in college, to 21 points, you should be able to win that ball game. Your leading rusher had 38 yards rushing. But your boy Williams had 38 yards rushing.
Yeah, but what was pissing me off, it was like, dude, you give him a carry, he have a good run. Now you want to pass.
You want to pass. Yes. And that's my point. Like, there was no rhythm. There was no feeding the rock. There was no playing to your particular strengths. Like, Georgia Tech came in there with a game plan. To Villan's point, Florida State is a speed defense. You run straight at it. I don't say you abandoned the run because you ended up with 98 total yards rushing and you got your 2 touchdowns from the run. But your ball carriers had 12 carries for 38 yards, 8 carries for 32 yards, 2 carries for 13 yards. Like, you just refuse to put the ball into the gut of your running backs and trust that offensive line. Let's keep it a buck. This is DJU's 4th system.
Third system. I think this is his 5th year.
This is 3 years. And he's 3 years at
Clemson, Oregon State, and then
now back here. So like trying to have an NFL quarterback learn that many offense, learn that different offense is asking a lot. Let alone this guy who's not the cream of the crop. So I felt that the game plan and the strategy that Florida State went into this game with was completely flawed. I refuse to subscribe to the fact that it was overseas and, time difference and jet lag and all that side of stuff because Georgia Tech had to play in the same type of elements and everything. Luckily for Florida State, this doesn't hurt you guys' opportunities to get to a bowl game and get to the playoffs. But I will say this, and I said this a couple of days ago when we talked about Florida State. There's some dogs on the schedule. You should have beat Georgia Tech. You did not. That means your margin for error has now diminished. And we'll see what happens going forward. I do expect a bounce back game this week. I think you guys play Boston College or something like that. And we'll go over the schedule here in a minute. But that's kind of where I stood with it. Coach, talk to me, my guy, man. If you want to talk about this pick a game or any of the other 3 that played on week 0, talk to me.
I mean, you guys did a good job going over that because me and Barry were talking about this in the chat. It's like up front, like this, like it's like Georgia Tech was lining up and just hitting Florida State in the mouth, and then hitting them again, and then hitting them one more time for good measure. And that's where the missed tackles come in, guys. Because like when a team is just lining up and just coming at you and coming at you and coming at you, it wears you down. To where it's like, yeah, they were missing tackles the whole game. But on that last play, that 3rd down play, that Georgia Tech got back in. You got them out of field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you got them out of field goal range. It's like, okay, but then on that third down play, those missed tackles, that is missed tackles, and that is tired. That's what that was. That was tired. Like, because you go to make the tackle and you're tired. It's like, it's like serious nose. You play defense, you get, it's just you go and you go and you go and you go and you're tired. So you got to try to make
right, Coach?
Yeah. You try to wrap up, and you just don't have that strength in the fourth quarter because you've been getting your ass kicked all day, as like you did in the first quarter. So then, like that play just explained the whole game pretty much. It was just like Georgia Tech running at them, and then on the play of the game, to where that would have to be a 50-something yard field goal, or maybe Georgia Tech tries to like pull one last play, whatever that. It was a makeable field goal, and it was the beautiful setting of the sun going down, in the background, and that beautiful stadium, by the way. Like the sun going down, and the ball going, and through the upright, stuff like that. Georgia Tech wins. But something that I haven't heard anybody mention, and I mean, of course, I'm sure everybody's here aware of it, but I'm just going to say it out loud. That's a conference loss. That wasn't just the game was in Ireland and it was all this. That's a conference loss. The ACC doesn't have divisions anymore. So again, like Sirius said, the margin for error is very small because now you have a conference loss. And that's just something like, again, in the big scheme of things, it might not matter, but you don't, like, it's one thing to lose these neutral site non-conference games, but this was a neutral site Ireland game. It was a conference opponent, so that makes it that's like 1.5 losses. That's not just one loss. That's like a loss and a half when you lose to somebody in your conference like that, especially in these early season games. But I want to just kind of speed run through some of the other stuff real quick. Hey, the best team in Tallahassee plays across the city. And FAMU got to win this weekend.
Yeah, they did.
So FAMU, as of now, best team in Tallahassee. SMU pulled one out of their ass. We talk about I don't
understand how they did that. That was wild.
SMU, I'm watching that game and I'm like, Nevada, what are you doing? It's like the lights got too bright for the Wolfpack, and they just everything they did good in the first 3 quarters of the game, they did wrong in the fourth quarter. And that was just, it was uncomfortable to watch Nevada just crumble because the quarterback, I can't remember his name, that kid from Nevada, he played fantastic. He was the best player on that field until midway through the fourth quarter. But you got SMU, ACC, but that wasn't a conference game, but ACC. So now here it is, a team in SMU who went out there, got battle tested, but you still got the win. Florida State goes through that, gets their butt kicked on both lines, and still finds a way to win that game. Then it's like, okay, this is a win that feels like a loss, but it's still a win.
It's a wake up call.
Still a win. Yeah. People were acting like Montana State was an underdog. The fact that they were down that much to New Mexico, a team that they're better than, that's crazy. So that comeback was ridiculous. So good up on Montana State for coming back. Look,
that running back looked really good too, right?
Yeah. And then I'll say this: we're apologizing. Villain wants to apologize to Georgia Tech. I want to apologize to Delaware State. I really do. I sat up here on this air and made fun of them, saying, "Oh, they missed their flight and they're gonna go out there and get." Those boys went out there and played their butts off. They went out there and they put it all on the line, and they still lost by like 24 or whatever like that. But jet lag, we talk about jet lag, like having to fly from Delaware and then having to get down to JFK and then fly to Hawaii. They're all tired. They got there a day and a half later than they were supposed to. They went out there in the first half and really played well, and then the gorilla kind of jumped on their back in the second half. As you can see, it's just it was tough in the second half for the old Hornets. But I just want to say big ups to Delaware, and Timmy Chang should be ashamed of himself. He really should. And Hawaii should really evaluate what they're going. It's like you hired him to be the coach because he's Timmy Chang, because he's a legend. He's a Hawaii legend. He put Hawaii on the map. He made Hawaii relevant for the throwing 17,000 yards a game or whatever like that. But Hawaii should really be like, they should really look themselves in the mirror out there on the island and be like, man, how did we let these boys come in here and for the first half and a bit of the third quarter, like play with us, And like I said, week 0 was great. Like I said, FAMU best team in Tallahassee, at least for now.
Yeah.
And on a bright note, we got a kicker.
Man,
yeah, man. Yeah,
it would have been good from 65.
Hey,
that was plenty of leg. That was amazing.
Yeah, it would have been good from 65.
Like, wow.
That was ridiculous. Mm-hmm.
That's always been Florida State's Achilles heel is bad kicking, and man, we got a kicker, so we'll see.
Now you're killing your quarterback.
Right? No, wide right. I mean, wide right.
We can't have two things that match. Man.
Peanut butter, no jelly, cereal, no milk.
Man, you know what? We've been spoiled, man. Jordan spoiled us, man. Jordan he was giving us good quarterback play, man. We were spoiled. So I mean, now we back to DJ. Hopefully, we'll go to like simplifying that offense. Making it where he can have easy throws.
You can't make it any more simpler than what it was, because I think, and then it's funny because, my last thought, I thought about, you just kind of kind of brought it up in my mind. It's like, what is it? Is it that they don't trust DJ, or is Florida State really trying to like establish the run, or is it because of DJ? I want to ask two Nose fans. What do y'all think?
No, we didn't try to establish the run. We kept abandoning it. We kept abandoning
it. But it's like, so that I guess what I'm saying, should they try to run the ball more? Because obviously they don't trust DJ to throw the ball. Or is it, do you not trust DJ to throw the ball, to stretch the field, or is that he can't?
So this is just my perspective. Norvell, he's gonna have to change his offense, because with Jordan, we did a lot of RPO. It was a lot of RPO. And I remember we had a dude named Trey Benson back there too. Mm-hmm. So it was, you had a hog back there, you running RPOs, but then we had better receivers too. So this year, you gotta cater your off. You gotta change your offense, because DJ is not the RPO quarterback. He's a pocket drop back, throw the ball. And because he is new to the system, he's not somebody who came up through the system. Even though we got like tapes and tapes and tapes with dust on him of DJ, we saw him for 3 years. We got plenty of tape on DJ. We are gonna have to cater that offense around his strengths. Him being more of a pocket passer versus a runner. Like, if Jordan was a runner and a passer, but we ran a lot of RPOs, and we're gonna have to start catering that offense around DJ and what we can get out of DJ.
I can respect it, man. Speaking of DJ and college football, man, it's time for week 1. And this is how we're going to do college football predictions on the Executives View this year. You have your 5-point play. You have your 3-point play all the way down to 1. 5-point play is the game you feel most confident in. As of right now, I'm not doing over, under, or point differential. There's too many damn games. I may do that with the NFL. When we start talking NFL, I'm gonna roll this out for the NFL next week. But so give me your 5-point play, your 4-point play, 3-point play, 2-point play, 1-point play. I got a running tally here.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about it. So we got Thursday games, we got Friday games, we got a whole ton of stuff on Saturday. We got a game on Sunday, and we got a game on Monday. Boston College and Florida State, ironically. Villain, you my ride or die, my co-host, man. I'm gonna let you go first. Give me your 5-point play, my guy.
I know this is kind of a gamble. It's not a gamble, but I feel most confident. Give me Georgia over Clemson. I don't know about Clemson this year, man. I think Georgia is coming for blood this year, to be honest with you. I think this is a team that, when undefeated was the defending champs, like, to be the man, woo, you got to beat the man. And they went into the SEC championship, lost a close game to Alabama, and then got frozen out of the championship series. So I think they're hungry. I think they got, I don't want to say humbled, serious, but I think, you know what, now they got a chip on their shoulder, and well-deserved. So I think they're going to come for blood, and they're going to beat the crap out of Clemson.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, sir. We'll come back to you in a minute. Coach, talk to me, my guy. Give me your 5-point play that you want to play with this week.
You know, it's I am looking at Notre Dame and A&M, and I am very tempted. I am super tempted to pick the Irish to go into Kyle Field and beat A&M. And you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Whatever.
Okay.
Notre Dame going into Kyle Field, home of the 12th man. They get to swaying and moving back and forth and doing all that yelling and stuff like that. I don't know why. I mean, I just think it'd be funny for Notre Dame to go in there and beat them. So whatever. It's like, I mean, you know, am I 5-point confident? No, but I'm 5-point hate against A&M, and I'm 5-point. So put me down. You know, I am 5-point happy if this happens. So because I'm spiteful, because I'm very mean, and I don't like anything Texas A&M related, because like screw those Aggies. It's like, yeah, I'm getting this 5 point. I'm getting this thing off to a bad start. I know, but I don't care. I'm blinded by my hate of Texas A&M. So 5 point. I'm writing it down now. My 5-point game is I got the Irish going into Kyle Field and beat them.
All right, that'll work. Chandler is out today, so we're gonna go ahead and blur him out of the equation. So boom. Larry, talk to me, my guy, man. Where's your head at?
Man, I'm trying to see how this format works, but let me see.
It's super simple, man. So the 5-point play is the game you feel most confident in, all the way down to your 1-point play. It's not rocket science.
I'm gonna go tell you my 5-point play off the bat. LSU. Yeah. LSU's gonna go in and beat the brakes off of USC because I can never remember a Lincoln Riley team playing any bit of defense.
That's a true statement.
Whatsoever.
What's the defense?
Yeah, they like, can you spell it? Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah.
Hey, can you tell us the meaning of the word? You know, this ain't Monopoly. Like, look, figure it out. LSU,
like
man.
I'll take
LSU. That's my game right there.
Okay, all right. For me, gentlemen, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. My 5-point game is where's it at? What side of that? I want to say Penn State so bad, but I'm gonna take my Homer hat off.
Yo, go do your thing.
I'm not doing that. I'm actually.
I need somebody to get busy with me. Come on, Sirius. Come on, do it. Let's go.
Let's go. Penn State beats West Virginia.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get wild. There we go. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, yeah, that's gonna go. All right, so I went last this past time. I go first this time. My 4-point play, I got the University of Maryland beating UConn. I'm actually working that game. I'll be there front and center on Saturday working that game. I think here's the thing with Maryland, they're in a massive transition right now. But I think this is going to be a game where the line right now is 20.5. I think Maryland gets right and gets off to a good start and beats UConn. Going in reverse order, Larry, talk to me, my guy. Where's your head at?
I'm kind of thinking maybe Texas beats the crap out of Colorado State. I mean, hey, look, at Colorado State, they switched their coach, and I forgot they coached them last year. They would run through a wall for that dude. But this season, oh no, and they got a lot of turnover too. Yeah, I think Texas is that game is gonna be like, hey, look, you Steve, you came to the game. You want to play O-line, or do you want to, somewhere? Yeah, so that's gonna be Texas, my most confident game. I think
Texas beats who?
Texas,
Colorado State.
Gonna be a landslide.
Okay.
Colorado State. Mm-hmm. Give Deion a good head up in the division from the jump.
All right. Coach, talk to you, my guy. What's your 4-point play?
Now look. How can I put this? Serious. Maryland should have to cover for you to get those points.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
That's exactly what I was
sorry.
going to say.
That's fine. We'll
Okay.
make that work.
All right. Okay. I was not going to say anything, but I'm like, you know what? No. Maryland needs to cover for you to get those points. I think everybody else.
I think we should do the points. I think you should do plus or minus.
All right, fine. Let's do the points. Let's do the points then. Let's make it interesting.
Okay. All right.
So you want to go back and change it or no?
No. So I'll let Coach. You do your thing, and then I'll do the points on mine.
Okay. All right. So that changes things because I don't have the numbers in front of me.
I'm looking at them now.
All right. Do you have the numbers on? Ooh, here we go. I will go with Larry's game. I'll put that number 4. Give me USC.
USC and LSU is LSU is -4. -4 right now.
Give me USC.
Okay. This is gonna be fun.
So you're gonna take okay. So +4.
USC, +4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
LSU.
Interesting.
Look. I love Bo Davis. I love him to death. You know, the fact that LSU got Bo Davis away from Texas still hurts me to this day because he is one of the best defensive coaches in the nation, and he's one of the best recruiters. And like he gonna have them boys playing with. But you know what? USC's defense of line is very good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll be able to get some pressure on the quarterback, cause some mistakes, and I think that's where they can keep this game close. And yeah, they just need to keep it within 4.
All right. Dylan, shut down the point play. Yeah, man. Where's your head at?
All right, so for Georgia, I'll lay the point. So give me Georgia -13.5. I think is that the line you got?
Yeah, I got 13.5.
Yeah, 13.5. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. So I think for a 4-point play, I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna lay the points for Utah.
Ooh,
I'm gonna do it.
Yes, let's go.
I like Utah this year. I like Utah this year.
I love Utah too.
I'm gonna -38. I'm gonna do it for a 4-point play because it was either that or my other game, and I was kind of hesitant on it. So I'm a little bit more confident that Utah can just embarrass Southern Utah. I'll lay the points 30, 38, right? It's 38. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Let's gamble. That's why y'all don't go to casinos with me. My wife goes, she win. I don't win.
Let's dance, boys. Let's dance. Let's go.
This is gonna be us all year. This is us all year.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. You see, serious and starting something now.
I may be a gambler. Anywho, Villain, you are in the 4-point play. You got your 3-point play, man. Where's your head at?
I'm gonna take Miami -2.5 on the road in Florida. Ooh. I think Florida, they just have not come back. They've made a lot of changes, and they just have not come back. Miami had some talent last year. They could have beat Florida State. They had some close games. It's on the road, so that's why I'm playing with the line a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I think they'll win by a field goal. So give me Miami -2.5.
Good stuff there. That's good stuff.
I like it a lot. Larry, talk to me, my guy.
Oh man, I'm going to throw y'all a curveball.
As per usual.
I'm gonna throw y'all a curveball.
Well, you got to go back to your other games now.
Oh yeah, I got to go back to my other game too. So yeah, I got to figure out.
So I got to go back to them. So what was the first game I took?
You took
LSU and USC.
Okay. And what's the spread on that one?
4.5.
4.5.
Oh yeah,
it's 4. It's -4. LSU's -4.
Oh yeah, they're gonna cover that. They're gonna cover that easily.
Okay.
So I think LSU gonna take that one in. The second was Texas. Oh yeah, that's gonna be an easy cover.
What's the line on that one?
38 or something.
Ridiculous.
Let me see.
32. No, 32.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my next one, I want to take Michigan but I don't want them to cover the spread. I think with all the turmoil, they are not going to cover that spread. I think that game is going to be way closer with all the turmoil, and now they over here talking about vacating that championship. Too much turnover. You replacing a quarterback. You replacing a running back. You replacing a receiver, D-line.
Coach.
Coach. Yeah, I think that game is going to be...
The water boy got moved on from.
I think Michigan will be like, man, we won based off on talent, but I think that game is going to be a lot closer than what people expecting.
So you saying Michigan?
Yep, Michigan, but not to cover the spread.
So you got
Fresno State plus 21.
They plus 21. I think it's gonna probably be 7.
Okay,
or 6 or something. Yeah,
that's interesting. I like that. I like it.
Okay.
Man, you know I like throwing curveballs, man.
All right, Coach, talk to me, my man. Where's your head at?
All right, so I don't have the Notre Dame A&M numbers in front of me. I know it's pretty tight though.
So Notre Dame is what are they plus? They are plus three.
Yeah.
So Texas A&M State is favored by 3.
Because I got the Irish winning outright. So yeah, so I'll take that. ND plus 3.
So you got.
So I got Notre Dame plus 3 as my 5-point play, and I have USC plus 4 as my 4-point play.
Got it.
To review. So then my 3-point play, let's see.
I thought you just gave me that. I thought you did Notre Dame A&M.
Notre Dame was his 4.
That was my first one, so I'm just going.
Okay.
And then USC, LSU. So then my 3-point play. You know what? It's my late night sicko. While you watching this game of the week, Arizona, New Mexico. You know what?
What is that?
I think Arizona, whatever Arizona is favored by, they're gonna cover it. It's late night.
31.
Give me the Wildcats. Let's go.
Wow. All right.
U of A plus 21 plus 31. Book it.
You said plus 31 or minus 31?
Minus 31.
Minus 31. Bam. All right. Yeah, let's go.
Peace.
Is it on you?
Seriously? It's on me. I don't want to mess with it, but I'm. This is tough. After I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go Florida State, Boston College on Monday. I got Florida State. The line right now is 15.5. Mm-hmm. I don't think they cover that though.
How dare you, Sirius? How dare you?
Did you just see what I just saw?
I can't unsee it. I woke up in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Y'all know what I'm seeing right now? I am seeing Sharon Moore cry his eyes out after this Penn State win on my TV. And it's even more ridiculous now, knowing everything that we know. It's just like he is sitting up here crying. We love you, Coach.
Yeah. My 2-point play, just keeping it a buck, roll back around.
Wait, did you give your lines? Did you do your lines for the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The line for the Florida State Boston College is 15.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Florida State covers that though.
I think they cover it because this is the Norvell team. Now, if this was like the Odell team or something, then yeah, they might be in them bad habits. But I think Norvell, he gonna get them right.
I hope so for y'all's sake, but until I see it,
this is that Willie Taggart team. Man.
Yeah, it's like Willie Taggart don't work here no more, boys.
Yeah,
right.
Trying to be
my 2-point team. My 2-point game is Georgia Clemson. Something is telling me this is going to be interesting. This is going to get interesting. It's the first game on Saturday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what to make of either one of these teams, to be honest with you. Obviously, Georgia's the proverbial number one, but you lose a quarterback. Half the team gets drafted to the NFL. Clemson is ranked 14. They're no pushover. Georgia is at home, which gives it, which makes the line understandable, but I'm going to take Georgia to win it, but I'm not as confident as I should be. The line right now is 13.5. So my 2-point play is Georgia getting the dub against Clemson. I do think if they get the dub, they will cover, but I don't know.
You flip-flopping, man. You all over. You don't know what you want to do.
I don't know. Again, listen, I could do some popcorn, cupcake, Navy versus Bucknell. I ain't trying to do that.
Get it together. Get it together.
No, let's not do that. Let's play ball. Let's hoop, dog. Let's not mess around.
Coach got you going, man. Let's go.
Georgia Clemson is gonna be my 2-point play, man. Georgia versus Clemson. So,
what do you got? Plus or minus? What are we doing here? What are we doing?
I think they. Yeah.
You picked it. That's my 5-point play. I'm standing on business.
I did. Here's the thing. You know what? Georgia does not cover. Georgia does not cover.
Right, so Clemson plus 13.5.
Clemson plus 13.5.
Ooh, okay. We are balling, boys. We are hooping tonight, boy. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't use Sirius's picks for a parlay, people. To tell you right now, I had to put in my $5 parlay, but not use Sirius.
This is purely for educational purposes, not for gambling.
Right. This is just entertainment in the podcast. Entertainment in the podcast.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's for entertainment in Texas, but in PA, we can go to the sport. Anyway,
I can do it right on my phone. I can
exactly.
Right
you know somebody who lives in PA, please do not reach out to them.
Y'all still got a prize pick it up. You know what I'm saying? In Texas, it's like, we can get real pure.
Yeah, you can gamble. You can gamble. I go right to FanDuel. I can put my bets right on FanDuel. Holla at your boy.
Well, Coach Lazar, talk to me, man. What's your 2-point play, sir?
My 2-point play, let's see. I am going to go with Okay. I will take Texas to cover. That is my 2-point play. Texas covers. As much as like Texas starts out notoriously slow, they have these games at home, and it's like pomp and circumstance because it's Texas, and they tend to kind of play down to the opponent. Colorado State's tough. They got some dogs in their team. They really do. But I think Texas will start out slow. Eventually, the talent will rule out. So my 2-point play is Texas covering the spread against Colorado State. The game's at home, so that's I'll take it as my 2-point play.
All right, sir. Larry Legend, talk to me, my guy.
Oh man, you know me, man. I'm a big boy. I put my big boy pants on.
Big boy pants.
Look, hey, I'm taking Colorado, but to not cover the spread. Not to cover the spread.
The game gonna be closer. Put the trigger on that. Yeah.
That game gonna be closer than people anticipating it. Man, I think that game gonna come down to the wire. I'm taking Colorado, but I don't think that they gonna cover that spread. They think it's what 9.5 now.
It's 10.
Who they playing?
10.
They play in North Dakota
State.
North Dakota State. Yeah.
Okay,
The Bison who come. Yeah, Bison. Yeah, they had a little down year last year, but the Bison, man, they normally reload. Man, they give these D1 teams fits, and Dion got a lot of turnovers. So I think Dion are just, like I say, one of them games where they win it on talent, but it's gonna they gonna get punched in the mouth. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game. I think that Colorado barely pulled it out. Big boy pants.
Big boy pants. All right. Villain, talk to me, my man. Where you at?
I'm gonna lay the points. Penn State on the road, West Virginia. I'll lay the 8 points. I think Penn State's got a good team this year. I don't know if they're going to be good enough to get over Ohio State. I think they're finally going to break through and get that Michigan win. And it starts on the road. It's not an easy game. West Virginia's a good program. They're, not a great program, but a good program. They could give you some fits at home, tough environment to play. But I think Penn State, that defense is going to carry over from last year. I like it. Lay the points. 8 points, right, Sirius?
Yes, 8.
Yeah. I'll lay it.
Yeah. Okay. Last but not least, your 1 point play, sir.
I'm going to double tap on LG. I think Colorado's going to cover. They're going to cover. Lay the points. I'm laying the 10 points. That's why I got mad because I'm like, dude, this guy's going right against me, but I wasn't as confident. I'm not as confident. So it's
well, neither one of you guys are. You said that's his 2 point play. That's your 1 point play.
My wife said I have to calm down. I have to be a good
okay.
Boy.
Okay. Sorry, Miss Jordan.
I'm sorry. I'm being loud. No, I'm gonna lay the points. I agree with LG. I think North Dakota State had it down. I think they're gonna bounce back, but I think at home I will take the chance and I will lay the 10 points.
All right, that works. Larry, talk to me, my guy.
Man, I'm torn. I think for my 1 point play, I'm gonna go Miami, Florida, but I'm gonna say this: Miami's not gonna cover. That's a rivalry game. That's like Florida State and Florida, or Miami and Florida State, or vice versa. Those Florida games, regardless of what happened, those games are like really, really heatedly contested. And I know, Florida's on the rebound. They're trying to, rebuild that program. But at the end of the day, that's like Steve Fuss. That's like UT in Oklahoma. Man, they gonna fight and claw and scratch that game out. So that's my point.
Oh, yeah. I'm with it. Coach, talk to me, my man.
I will spare y'all me not singing. So I will just say this instead of singing it like I want to. But country roads, take me home to the place where I belong.
West Virginia,
Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Give me the Mountaineers.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think they're going to win outright?
I mean, are we doing outright? Or I think they're going to cover. I'll just say they're going to win. I think they're going to cover. Yeah. So Mountaineers will cover that. Like we said, it was 8.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see them losing by like a touchdown. So it's like, so give me the Mountaineers. We're burning couches on Saturday, baby.
All right. You funny.
Wait, serious? You had Maryland over my Huskies plus minus 20.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. I'll call you from the field afterwards.
That's my adopted team, just because I love my Huskies. So for football, it's always been a struggle around here. So
yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand. For my 1 point play, let me see. Let's come up here real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go Colorado, North Dakota State. I didn't want to touch it, but it's calling me. The line right now is 10. I don't think Colorado covers.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm the only one I think that only one I believe in Coach Prime. The only one.
I believe in Coach Prime. I believe it. I believe in him to get the win. I don't think he covers. Let me see.
Man, if you ever watched like even when like he was at what is it in
Jackson
BS
State.
State, they first couple of games have always came down to the wire. For some reason, it don't matter who Deion teams are playing, they still trying to figure it out those first couple of games. I would be amazed if they figured out that first game.
All right.
And this is another reason why I think that they don't cover. And Sirius, you probably gonna agree with me. If Deion ain't fixed that line,
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out quickly.
Yeah.
Figure it out quickly.
Yeah.
All right.
What's that song that Mark Henry used to come out to? Somebody gonna get their ass whipped. That 3-6 Mafia song.
So just to recap, my 5. I got Penn State covering. I got Maryland covering. I got Florida State winning but don't cover. I got Georgia winning but don't cover, and I got Colorado winning but don't cover. Villain, run through yours one more time just to make sure we're good.
Yeah, so I had Georgia minus 13.5. I had Utah minus 38, right? I had what was the game? I had Miami minus 2.5. So, and then I had, what was the last one I had? The 2-point play.
2-point play.
Penn State minus 8.
Yep.
And then, Penn State minus 8, and then I'm taking Colorado minus 10. I believe in Coach Prime.
All right, so
you hear me?
Colorado covers. And where were you at with the Utah
minus 8, minus 38. I'm sipping that Coach lean over here. That Coach Lazar lean.
That lean over there. I ain't mad at you.
38. Yeah. That's so many points.
That's so many.
I know. I got Bobby by the pound, Whitney by the key. DJ by the guy. Give me that game, boy.
Jeez. All right. Coach Lazar, man, run through yours real quick, man.
All right. So I have the Irish. That's +3. USC +4. I have
that's a cover. USC +4. That's a cover.
Yeah. For whatever reason, like I said, I don't know. I'm going to probably regret this, but Arizona covering the 31 against New Mexico. Texas covering against Colorado State, and the Mountaineers +8.5.
Cover here.
What an Arizona game, boy. Whew. All
right. Wow, this is going to be fun. Larry, walk yours down real quick for me, sir.
Shit, I ain't write mine down, damn it.
I did.
So, hey.
Your 5-point play was LSU, USC. You took LSU.
Oh, yeah. LSU gonna cover that spread.
All right, so you got LSU covered that. So the next one was Texas, Colorado State.
Yep, Texas covering that.
All right, cover there.
No, I think Michigan not covering. No.
Michigan, Fresno, so not cover.
Michigan not covering.
All right, Colorado, Delaware State.
I got Dion, but not covering.
Nice, so not cover. And then your last one was Miami, Florida.
And see, that's the crazy. I just went and looked at the line on that one. It's like 2 points. So
2.5. Man. That's tough, man. That's too close. That's why I took the point.
I'm gonna say they gonna cover, man. It's like a field goal, man. They gonna cover.
Yeah, that's just who do you think is gonna win when it's under 3?
Right.
You just gotta say who you think gonna win. You know, so.
That's a pick'em line when you're a road favorite by a field goal. That's a pick'em. You know what I mean?
Those games be so close, man. Oh my God, those games be so close.
Yeah, and I love me a home dog.
I hate the Gators. I don't care.
Yeah, love me a home dog. So yeah,
you gotta go to that swamp, and you know that aura of playing in the swamp, man. Yeah, it's just
easy with the swamp talk. Easy with the swamp talk. I got a gator about 10 steps from me right now.
Yeah. Leave her alone.
Easy with the gator talk.
Hey, I'm gonna do something. It's been plenty of times that Florida State is winning in there, and we've had like a really, really good team, and we come out there, badly scraped it out.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna just say that.
That was last year, right, LG? That was last year.
Yeah, that's one of them games, man. It's just
Yeah, Billy Napier better get it together. On it. Florida gonna be looking for another coach.
Quick, yeah. Like I wouldn't do that just yet. No, yeah. Don't pack no bag. Yeah,
don't unpack yet, Billy.
Yeah.
So, anywho, with that being said, gentlemen, this has been fun. Let's move on to football really quickly.
Hey,
NFL.
Aaron,
what's up?
Aaron, I did want to say this since we are talking about college football.
Yeah,
it was absolutely fucking amazing to see an HBU being played on prime time Saturday night football.
Yes, sir.
Man, I hate to say that.
That was beautiful.
Get them boys some love, man. Get them boys some love.
Did y'all want to talk Michigan and hardball, or did y'all want to just leave it alone?
You know what? Honestly, I don't want to talk about it. I don't.
Okay, cool.
I feel like let's let this play out because, boy, I want to talk about this when the shoe drops, so to speak. So let's put that on the back burner until the shoe drops.
I don't even want to talk about it when the shoe drops because Jim Harbaugh gonna be sitting in sunny California being like, ha 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 ha.
He knew what was going on, man.
He knew what was going to happen.
It's the Pete Carroll thing. Pete Carroll saw the writing on the wall. He was like, all right, y'all. You know what? I always wanted a second crack at the NFL. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Seattle. Y'all have good time with them sanctions. I'm gonna be over here in Seattle. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the next 15 years in the NFL and collect these NFL checks. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Anywho,
I will say this just to touch on it real briefly. It do suck because remember what I said. It sucked that now you got a black head coach and he had to take that opportunity just to get the opportunity, and now he's going to deal with the fallout. So we'll touch on it when the fallout hit.
Yeah, we'll touch it. With that being said, before we get out of here, man, CD got his paycheck. That man got the bank. He did what he needed to do. Here's the thing. For me, gentlemen, I would like to say I'm shocked, but I shouldn't be shocked. Because this is what Jerry does. Like, he plays chicken and then his players call his bluff and he has no choice but to pay him. But the thing is, like, CD getting his bread kind of makes things a lot more interesting for Jamar Chase, Brandon Ayuk, who still is not paid, and other receivers that are coming up. So what did you guys think of the deal? And if you want to, talk about the domino that just inevitably fell with this paycheck regarding the others, be my guest. Larry, I'm going to start with you first, my guy, since you're the one that's directly connected to it. CD got paid. How do you feel? And how does this make things difficult or interesting for your boy, Brandon Ayuk?
I mean, I don't care because Brandon Ayuk, his number is his number. I mean, that deal is done, dude. That deal is like, hey, Brandon, do you want to let your kids ride on the plane? Or yes or no? Check this box. Brandon, do you want, 20 VIP tickets or 30 VIP tickets? Brandon, check yes or no. That deal is basically done. They just hashing out all the little minor details. Brandon knows, even if he went to any other team, he wasn't going to get. And right now they're saying it's in between like 28 or so, 28, 29 million, which, ultimately that's what he was going to get on the free market. Which guy was it? Your Steelers was like, no, we're not paying him that much. He basically found out that the only team that were going to pay him that 30 million that he wanted was Cleveland. And he said, I'm not going to Cleveland and New England. And New England said, we'll pay you. And he said, no, I'm not going there. But I like the CD. I like the CD deal because y'all know where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
It all roads lead back to that. So
but see, here's the funny thing about that. You keep saying that, right?
Yep.
And Jerry keeps finding money, and he's gonna end up having to pay Dak anyway.
But you know what? At the end of the day, somebody's gonna get left out on that team. Somebody's gonna get left out. And Jerry, the thing about it, Jerry, he's on there. Oh, I know how to do contracts and I know how to do this. Jerry, you overpaid. What's the running back that's on that team now? Ezekiel Elliott. You still paying Ezekiel Elliott, and you paying him twice when you could have got him for peanuts. Now you could have got CD for like 28, 29. But you waited too late, so now you're paying him 38. So now we going into week 1, and y'all know that the Dak deal still ain't done. And if Jerry don't get it done now, you know Dak is 100% free agent. You can't tag him, can't nothing with him. So it makes me wonder who's gonna get left out because Jerry has spent this money. You're overpaying players. One of the things I've always said about Jerry Jones, I love him because Jerry Jones spent every nickel of his cap. But Jerry Jones, he tried to, like you say, stall him out, Debo, stall him out. He tried to stall you out, and he ends up getting screwed in the long term because he could have just paid these players, got them at a cheaper rate, and not paying them. Now that's the first domino that fell. You I feel like he overpaid for CD. I know people go back and forth, but CD is not worth more than Justin Jefferson in my eyes. CD is not worth more than Jamar Chase in my eyes. But now you've overpaid for him. So now what does that do with your cap going into next year? You already, right up against it right now because Dak's eating up all your cap. So now you go into next season. Can you pay Dak 65? And then you got Michael sitting over here. Michael, he's licking his lips like, yo.
Do you think the market's gonna be 65 for Dak?
Huh?
You think the market's gonna be at 65 for Dak?
At least 60.
I think that's
at least 60. If Dak goes out there and has the same season that he had last year, this year, he can ask for 60, no problem.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's getting paid 60 this year, and that's just on the last year of his deal. So I wouldn't settle for a nickel less than what I'm already getting paid now. I mean, I hate to say it like that. He's gonna basically pay Dak double what he could have paid Dak. Yeah. And at some point, like I said, because it's a hard cap, you're gonna run out of money. And I think we'll put this on record. Micah's gonna end up getting traded. If somebody's going to pay Micah, or he's going to pay Micah, and now, what's the other guy who's eating up a lot of cap? The other DN.
Martin, right?
No, the other DN.
Lawrence.
Lawrence is going to get traded, but one of them two is going to get traded to pay the other.
They're not going to be able to sign Micah and Lawrence.
No, they got to choose which one they want to keep.
They got to choose. Yeah. And that's what's going to ultimately hurt them. So I love it. Anything that hurts the Cowboys, I love it.
Yeah, it's because Jerry thinks he's the best GM. Nobody in the world can do this job like I can.
That's what he said. Yeah,
like this guy with the expletives, right? Like this guy is a legend in his own mind. He is what's wrong with the Cowboys. He's why they're a joke. Listen, the CeeDee Lamb deserved to get paid. Absolutely. $38 million signing bonus, $34 million a year, over $100 in guaranteed money. Good for him. He got his check. He deserves it. He's a really good player. He's one of the top 5 receivers in the league without question. But Jerry, why didn't you do this a couple months ago? Why did you wait up until the last preseason game to get this guy who's been a hold-in the whole time now has to ramp up to get ready for the season? Why you waited all this time? You're so smart. How come you couldn't get this done before? How come you haven't? If you really want your quarterback, how come you haven't paid for him? He just literally overpays for everybody. You overpaid for Emmitt Smith. You overpaid for Ezekiel, like your point, LG. He overpaid for Zach Martin because he got desperate. It's a joke. And you know what? I'm here for it because I hate the Cowboys as much as I hate any other team in the NFL. Probably even more. I hate the Cowboys. I hate the Eagles. So I wish for all the bad things to happen to the Cowboys. But Jerry, he wants all the credit. Like, he literally wants all the credit for himself. He wants the credit for signing these guys, for drafting him. He wants the credit for hitting on Micah Parsons, but all the other draft picks that he missed on, he doesn't want anything to do with that. He just wants the credit for the good. And that's the problem with the Cowboys. So, listen, I'm glad CeeDee Lamb got his money. It's just going to be a nightmare for the Cowboys to navigate now, and I don't care. Good.
Hey, Barry, you know what I will say? I actually got into an argument with a guy one day, and I told him, I said, Drew Brees will be the death of the Saints. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, Drew Brees wanted all his money up front. He was eating a third of their cap. And I say, Drew Brees is going to be the death of y'all. And literally the next season, they started a fire sale because they couldn't pay everybody. and they've been in kind of fire sale mode for a long time. Mm-hmm. So that's what I can tell you right now. That's what's going to end up happening to Jerry Jones, because now you didn't overpay CD, you got to overpay Dak, and now you're going to be in fire sale mode. Because if Dak's eating up $60 million of your cap, yeah, there's some people going to have to go.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can only kick the can down the road so far, and that's just what the Cowboys continue to do. Just kind of keep it on, and then now you're at a stalemate now here, because again, like you said, it's like they're not going to be able to keep everybody because of Jerry Jones, who thinks himself as a football genius. If he really was a football genius, he would have saw this coming. This is why you need a GM. It's like, but Jerry's not satisfied with just signing the checks. He has to have all the credit. This goes all the way back to Jimmy Johnson, where it's like Jimmy Johnson was getting a little bit too much credit for this, and his ego wouldn't let him, let that go. So like he tells Jimmy Johnson to go, and then he brings in Barry Switzer, who is just happy to be there.
He was just there.
Barry Switzer was just happy to be there because but it's like, again, it's like, so you have, this is a guy who he brought in Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells, the famous line, "Hey, how you gonna expect me to cook but not let me, shop for the groceries?" And we all know how that happened. So then what does he do? He goes get with Dave Campo. It's like he
tried about Campo.
But see, you know why it happened, right, Coach? Because he pivoted from Jimmy Johnson too fast. He wanted all the credit, got Barry Switzer. Then it went to hell, right? It went off the rails. He needed a strong coach to come in and fix it. Bill Parcells came in and fixed it, but that didn't last very long. And ever since then, he's gotten a coach that he can bend to his will. Campo, Jason Garrett, now Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy came out and said, it's not about winning in the playoffs. It's about week to week. What? You're the Cowboys. You're the Cowboys. Yeah. It's 100% about who cares what you do from September to January. The problem is in January. When you face the 49ers and they beat your tails in, or when you got a supposed layup against the Packers and they embarrass you at home. That's the problem. That's the culture that Jerry Jones is in Dallas, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for it.
But Barry, Dak threw for all those yards. Dak threw for all those yards.
Steve, I was saying,
and that's what makes me happy, right, Larry? Because now you got to pay him.
Empty calories. But then the thing about that is one of the things to me, like, okay, so with that, I'm not taking no credit away from that, but there were a lot of empty calories. They played a lot of bad teams. So of course you're gonna look better than what you look, but you know how bad of a GM Jerry Jones really is, and that just speaks so much to this whole mess. You're literally remember we talking about Bill Parcells? You fumbled Deshaun Payton the first time because he was the heir apparent.
Yep.
Now he's your BFF. Y'all go on fishing trips together and all this other stuff. That was an easy layup.
Sean Payton lives in Dallas. He lives in Dallas. It was a layup. He was literally like, Jerry, I'll do it. I'll be the coach if you want me to. Like, no, Sean, it's all right. It's fine.
But I don't want you taking the credit, Sean, and I don't want Sean over your fixing stuff.
Sean Payton's family lived in Dallas while he was coaching the Saints.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how bad of a that should have been a contract that they could have easily went to, like, hey man, come by the house real quick. I got this contract. We're gonna hash it out real quick. That should have been a layup.
But Sean Payton would have got too much credit. Sean Payton would have got too much credit.
That's
what exactly. It's like, well, you could be the head coach, but you have to acknowledge me and let me speak in front of the team whenever I want. I have a radio show. Acknowledge me.
Exactly. He is the only owner who has a weekly radio hit. Only owner in the NFL.
Only one. Steve. Only is one.
Steve, you already got on the red shirt, man. Go and hit him with the line, man. All in the video. Coming
down, bro.
Come to the star. Yeah.
All you need to switch that pen for a cigar and be like, all in the video.
I don't got the hat on. I got the bald head. I got the beard going. Yeah, it's like
it's gonna be real interesting when he got to make that hard decision on who stays and who goes.
Yeah,
you know who's gonna go. First, it's got to be Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
He's most likely not gonna bring Dak back because you would have locked him up. Why would you not lock him up? And the price just goes up every year. But you're a genius GM. Nobody else can do this job but Jerry Jones. Like, it's the hardest thing in the world not to win for the last 30 years. Like, I don't know any other GM that can not win for 30 years. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what? You know the thing about that, Barry, which is so crazy, because he's trying to gamble with Dak, right? Mm-hmm. And like I say, I have no problems with Dak, even though he wets the bed in the playoffs. But you're playing around, and you're gonna have a team like your Giants or the Raiders, Raiders are playing 2 players, and come in and be like, Dak, you want a 63? Yeah, come on over here, Dak. Yeah, we got this big, nice, shiny, how you say it, Allegiant Stadium over here in Vegas. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, gorgeous stadium.
Yeah, come on over here, man.
Yeah.
It's nice
down
and
the street
pretty
from the
over
Luxor.
here. Yeah, you can go gamble at night, man. You can have a little fun, man. But yeah, he gambling with Dak, and he could, because like I say, Dak will be unrestricted, and you have some teams out here who got some cap and they need a quarterback, and hey.
Yeah, it's not like the NBA where you have like bird rights, where it's like the Cowboys could like pay him more than anybody else. It's like, no, if he a free agent, he can go to the highest bidder. And it's just you look at, to kind of bring it back to like the receiver thing. It's like Jefferson, Lamb, Brown, St. Brown, Hill. Those are your top 5 paid receivers. Now I want to bring that up because like Jamar Chase, where do you slot him in that? Because it's like, so I think he is better than Tyreek. I think he's better than Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he's better than AJ Brown. I think he is better than CeeDee Lamb. So it's funny that CeeDee Lamb now is making 34. So then it's like, Jamar Chase slowly craning his neck at Mike Brown.
We know how that's gonna go. We know how that's gonna go.
He's gonna get his check in the next couple of days. I think by Saturday. No, he has to. He has to.
Mike Brown can't let this do. He cannot. Barry kind of like jumped in front of me a little bit. I was like, they have to get this done by the time the season starts. They have to. They can't let this just hang in the air.
Coach, they already came out and said, like, I expect Jamar Chase to play.
He's gonna play. No, he's gonna play. I'm telling you. Here's the thing. You don't know how Mike Brown works. I got you. But let's keep it a buck. This is Mike Brown and the Cincinnati Bengals. If you draw a hard line in the sand with these Buzz, they will tell you to pound sand and kick rocks. They always. Well, what? That's how they've always done business.
But you know what?
Whether it's Jamar Chase, Chad Ochocinco, TJ Houshmandzadeh, Corey Dillon, the list goes on of guys that done well with this franchise. And they just was like, F you, we're not going to pay you what you want. We'll pay you. We're not going to pay you that.
Wait, Aaron. The only reason why I say that he will get paid what he want, because this is the one time that your franchise quarterback that you paid is my BFF. And I bet you Joe Burrow is probably going to be in there like, sign Chase. Sign him.
No, I mean, look again. This is my opinion. It's like Sirius is 100% right. It's like, this is Mike Brown we're talking about here, who is literally one of the worst owners in sports, not just NFL, in sports. Notoriously cheap, notorious, like he's a hard negotiator. He don't pay the 5. You know what I'm saying? He don't pay the 5. And I just feel like they got to get this done, because you do not want this being a subplot to your season, so to speak. You don't want this being a subplot to your season. They got it. I feel like you got to get it done. But then, like you said, it's like, this is the same man who looked Corey Dillon in the face and was like, well, I mean, we ain't paying you that. You can go on away. And then had to watch Corey Dillon go win a Super Bowl in New England. This is, but he don't care, because again, Mike's not paying a 5. So like, I just think now's the time to do it. Get this Chase deal done, because the Bengals, I feel like, will be better as long as 9 is upright. They will be better, because that's just how good Joe Burrow is. But then it's like, okay, you guys went out there and won. It's like, Jamar had 5 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown. but he hasn't gotten his contract.
I mean, it's gonna be hanging over his head. And you got keep in mind with the Bengals, you also got T. Higgins there looming too.
The only reason why I say it's a difference because T. Higgins is kind of like that Clemson guy they brought in. Jamar Chase has been Burrow's boy for a long time.
Right. Well, regardless, you don't have to pay them both.
But Burrow came out and told him, "You draft Jamar Chase." Remember, Jamar set out. He set out that year at the Burrow level, and Burrow was like, "No, you get my boy." And they really got him.
Burrow, absolutely, because they wanted the lineman, right? They needed the lineman.
They needed Penei Sewell, but they needed Penei Sewell. Yeah.
And to Larry's point, they got Chase because they told him to, and guess what?
They went to Burrow said, "That's my boy. You go get my boy." And I think that's gonna be the one caveat where Mike Brown may be like, you know what? I might not want to upset my franchise quarterback that I just gave this huge deal to. I might not want to piss him off. But you know, the
that'll
thing,
be the first. That'll be the first, to be honest with you.
You know what? The even crazier part about all this stuff that we're talking about, this is what let you know how Jerry Jones don't know what the hell he's doing. You signed, you signed CD, you overpaid CD, and I get it. CD was holding out, but you actually have more right over CD than you have over Dak, and the Dak deal isn't done because you can still franchise, even if he may bitch him on, but you can still franchise CD and hold him hostage. But because you've already franchised Dak twice, he's a total unrestricted free agent. And you should have got that deal done before anybody else's.
It's the most important position on the field. It's the quarterback, and he still hasn't addressed it. He BS'd it before. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so backwards. Like when his leg was about to fall off, you paid him. Now he's healthy, putting up big stats, and you don't want to pay him. Oh yeah, that's a genius for you. Nobody else can do this job. Yep. Because Trey Lance is going. You see what Trey Lance will do for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah.
I mean, that was preseason. But seriously, that was a
it was a horrific injury.
That makes it worse that it was preseason.
Yeah, hard watch.
Right. But it was a horrific injury that Dak had against my Giants a couple years ago. Didn't play that whole season. There was a lot of questions like, will he get paid? Well, he paid him, and now here we are. And he doesn't have a contract. To Larry's point, he doesn't have a contract.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. It's like, Dak's foot was facing the wrong way, and he was like, you know what? Now is the time. Now is the time to pay him. Now, let's get this young man paid. But now it's like.
What's his contract already? He's making $29
million. There was more uncertainty then than there is now.
You know what
I mean? There was more uncertainty then. And they. Oh God.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun to watch. Yeah,
keep doing what you're doing.
We gave the Cowboys way too much more interview than what I feel like giving them. Let's move on.
Yeah, a lot of big cowboy hours here on the.
I'm not cool with that.
I mean, it is the hot story. He has to talk.
And that's what Cowboys fans say. That's what Cowboys fans like to stick their chest out about. Like, oh, y'all always talking about y'all because y'all funny. Stop doing funny stuff, and then we wouldn't talk about it.
But seriously, I want to ask you. I want to ask before we get out of here, man. Nico Brown, man, got cut.
Yeah, that was interesting. Matter of fact, if you want to dive into the cut. The things that got cut. Nico Brown got cut. I just saw Desmond Ridder got cut.
Yeah, time to learn XFL, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he better go learn French because he's gonna be in the CFL.
Starting quarterback for your Montreal Alouettes.
The Alouettes. I was watching that in Montreal. It's a lot of fun. Terrence Marshall got cut too.
I saw that. Yes. Yeah.
He just never. I don't know if it was the fit in Carolina, but he just hasn't lived up to the potential. He was that receiver alongside of Jamar Chase at LSU, and it never clicked.
Kadarius
Toney got cut. I'm gonna talk about that.
No, he didn't get cut, did he?
2 years past due.
Yeah, he got cut.
Yeah, he got cut.
No, you're lying. You're lying.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not joking.
You got to make me sing and dance in the street because there is no one in this one.
Sterling Shepard got cut.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm about to read it right. Yes.
Dude.
No. Yes, Lord. Nobody deserves it more because that dude is an absolute clown. That dude was a clown. And the fact that he kept digging at the Giants fans and like I got a Super Bowl. You don't like, dude, you didn't do nothing to deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Like
you got
ball boy
in the Super Bowl, dog. Like the Chiefs said, you know what? You are not gonna mess this up for us, sir. You're gonna watch this entire game on the sideline. You're not even gonna get in the game.
You have a better chance of you winning without you playing.
Yeah. You don't even want no confetti on you.
Yeah, right.
Get out of
here. You got the Super Bowl hat. You know, like Luka Doncic had the beer snatched from him when he was celebrating. Like then snatched the hat from him.
Put that champagne down. Like, he's still waiting on his ring. It's like he's still waiting on his ring. You
got your ring, right? You got your ring in the mail. I got it. You got it in the mail? Oh, they handed it to you. I waited in the mail. They didn't give it to me yet.
He get one of them. He get one of them employee rings like they give the people in the front office.
One of the giveaways, like when they do the giveaway, like you know, it's like the season ticket holders get the ring or whatever like that. He'll get one of those.
You don't even have your name engraved on it.
Please believe tomorrow I got my Giants show with Adriana Arafola, New York Giants fan girl. You know that's gonna come up tomorrow. Lord.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to working with that one. That's gonna be fun.
Hey, y'all know who my surprise cut, man, that really tripped me out. I thought he was gonna make that roster. Man, Frank Gore Jr. balled.
Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Somebody's
gonna get a nice running back. He ain't gonna last.
But they got so many running backs in Buffalo. It's just so many running backs in Buffalo.
Yes.
It's just a numbers game. I could see them bringing him back like practice squad guys, something like that.
He's not gonna make it to the practice. He's not gonna make it back. He's
not gonna make it to the press. Somebody's gonna get.
I thought they were gonna trade. I thought somebody was gonna trade for him before you saw him get cut and to see him get cut before a trade. I was like, wow, that dude is he's not as fast. But he got that elusive like his dad, and like man, he know how to hit them holes.
Oh wow,
yeah. Like I said, that was a shocker for me.
Barry, y'all got rid of Miles Boykin and Isaiah Hedges. All right.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Boykin. Yeah, they cut Allen Robinson and Hodgins. Hodgins had that one good year, but and he had a really good playoff game. But last year, it just wasn't clicking, man. So, not surprised there.
Yeah, it's not a cut, but I saw AJ Dillon's gonna be on IR. Like that neck just ain't right again. It's just like for a guy who runs the way he runs, it's just like man, he just never recovered from that stinger. You can't play with the neck. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I wish him a speedy recovery because like that's a guy who just like his thighs are as big as my whole damn fucking torso. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that guy like it's just like, but the way he runs is how he got hurt. So I just saw that, like I said, not a cut, but like I thought he was gonna be able to slowly come back, but they just went ahead and said, you know what, he gonna be out this season too. So like big ups to him and hope he recovers well.
Dude, Elijah Mitchell for you.
No, he's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, the Packers are going to be looking at some of these running backs getting cut. Frank, that might be a spot for Gore Jr.
Bingo.
But do you think the Browns will pick up a receiver because of Mitchell?
The Browns?
Yeah, because Elijah Mitchell was on the Browns, right? He was
no, he was back. He was back running back for the 49ers.
No, back up for the 49ers.
My bad. I'm thinking
that dude, when he's healthy, he's really good. Like he really fits that system. But he kept getting hurt. But like even if you look at the games last year when he came in and spelled McCaffrey, that dude was still picking up 5-6 yards, 7 yards.
I mean, that's not hard to do in that offense, though. That's not hard to do with that offense.
But Mason's look real good, and so we'll see. I was actually surprised that they cut the guy, I can't remember his name, the other guy that was playing pretty good in the preseason. But like I said, we always see guys who have really good preseasons and still get cut. Not a shocker to anybody that OBJ is on a 4-game.
Not shocking me at all.
Not
shocking me at all.
Should the middle name the pup, but we'll go there.
I forgot you guys had Matt Breida.
I'm not surprised. What's that?
You said what?
I'm sure. I forgot the 49ers had Matt Breida on their roster.
Yeah, we cut him though because we deep on running backs. We real deep. Even the guy.
Giants cut Joshua Kelly too today. So
that's what shocked me a little bit because he actually was productive in San Diego.
But I don't think he saw much time on the field. I think he was a little bit dinged up in the preseason, so I think they just cut the losses. I hadn't really seen a lot of them.
No, yeah, that's the guy who, like, when Eckler went down, he actually put in some work for the Chargers. So, like, it's like,
I slid him in a couple fantasy lineups a couple years ago because I had no choice. But anywho,
because I don't think Singletary is a bell cow. Singletary, he needs some spells. He needs some spells.
And I mean,
I think they got a rookie that's pretty good.
You got to talk about it tomorrow, but like I personally think that Singletary is going to miss some significant time. And even if you got your rookie that you guys drafted, I mean, somebody like a Josh Kelly or I liked how Jacob Johnson ran for you guys. Again, I'm not going to do you guys show for you, but you guys.
I mean, really, honestly, who goes after Brown? Seriously, like Nico Brown, because I think that. To me, that was the most surprising cut, and I am not surprised. I think he's a really good player, but he was number 4 on that depth chart, so I didn't think they would keep him.
I think for me, no, Brown. Yeah, I think for me, the more surprising, release, is Sam Hartman.
Okay.
The quarterback out here in Washington. There's 2 quarterbacks on the Washington Commanders roster. You have Marcus Mariota. You have Jaden Daniels. You brought in Trace McSorley. He balled out. They cut him. You draft Sam Hartman in the 5th round. I forget where they drafted him this past year. You cut him. Again, because I'm so damn close to the Commanders, I know them pretty well. So they made a couple of moves that shocked me. I'm going to get into the Steelers stuff on Friday with my dad. But around the division, the Ravens got rid of Russell Gage, which another interesting move.
Hey, again, I know I don't know if y'all watch Hard Knocks, but man, the Bears, they cut Colin Johnson. That's UT alum, and Colin actually played good in the preseason.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I thought he was going to get that 4th receiver, which was crazy.
Yeah, I that was really surprised. He had the first game, he had 2 touchdowns, right? The Hall of Fame game.
But even the second game, he had maybe 50-some yards and 2 catches. And he's a big receiver too.
So I think somebody's going to scoop him up. Honestly, I think it's really he's one of those guys that's not going to last and is not going to be back on the practice squad, and he deserves it. I think he played really well and really showed on a national stage that he can play in this league. So I don't think he's going to.
Lions get rid of Jake Fromm from Georgia. We just talked about them. Nate Sudfeld, another big name.
The Broncos cut Tim Patrick. He already got Patrick.
I saw that, and then they cut my guy, Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Right.
Patrick's already getting signed. Patrick's already getting signed.
Yeah.
I missed that. Who signed Tim Patrick?
I think it was the Browns. They put him on. No, Lions. That's right. Lions. They put him on.
Lions. They just signed him. Well, signed him to the practice squad,
which makes sense because they got rid of Donovan Peoples-Jones and some other guys that. Some household names. Sean Clifford, Penn State alum, got cut by the Green Bay Packers. Just running through this real quick. Matt Corral, Myles Gaskin. For those of us that play fantasy football, he was a huge name that played with the Miami Dolphins. Got cut by the Minnesota Vikings, which I thought was weird because the Minnesota Vikings running back depth is not that good. So Myles Gaskin is a guy who's been in the league for a significant period of time. Maybe they try to pop him onto a practice squad.
I know we talking about guys who got cut, but we talking about injuries too. Hey Steve, did you see that Chase Keenum is done for the season?
Done for the season, yeah, I saw that.
Done for the season. Wow, that's pretty big for a good backup.
Yeah. So. But anything else you guys want to hit NFL college-wise before you shut it down?
Wait.
Oh boy!
Stop! We got to talk about this. I know we've been on for a while, but we got to talk about this crap. The goddamn suspensions.
Oh yeah.
We gonna talk about it.
You mentioned it. Yeah. We got to.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna try not to fume too much over here.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. So for those of you guys who are under a rock, man, Rashid Rice was not suspended by the league, by the deadline. He's going to play, looks like a full complement of games. Meanwhile, Jordan Addison is suspended for the first few games of this year. We've had other NFL players get suspended for significantly less. Larry, this is Joel. This is Joel.
Nah, this is all. This is all.
No, I get it, but yo, you wanted to bring us to the group, man. I'm gonna let you lead off here. You know, talk to me, man. I know where your head's at because you and I spoke offline about it, but yo.
Okay, so you know the thing about it is, man, people come up with these conspiracies, right? And people say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy," or "Oh, this and this," and you know, people think that people are making stuff up. But sometimes, you know, conspiracies they have evidence to back them up, or there are things that come out that are blatantly in your face that make you think, there might be something going on. We literally saw the NFL hand out first day. What was it? 7-8 suspensions. It was guys actually getting suspended a game or two for personal conduct. What's the guy name? Is it Brown that plays on the Browns? No, Hall on the Browns. He's with the domestic violence.
Yeah, I was like, let's not gloss over the fact. Like,
he's on the commissioner's exempt list.
Yeah,
commissioner's exempt list. And when people are coming out and they saying the NFL is doing things to help the Chiefs, they're doing things to, that they typically wouldn't do to other teams. And you have a guy, and I'm not a big fan of, suspending guys and guys missing paychecks. I don't want to take nothing away from their family. But you are literally suspending guys for what we would consider to be like petty crime. And you got a guy who is on video walking down the freeway leaving the accident. You have a guy who literally punched a cameraman. We all know he paid that guy out. That's the only reason why the guy dropped the charges. He paid him off. You punched the cameraman. And for you to say we don't even suspend him under the personal conduct, not a game, not practice, not nothing. Zero. Nada. What does that look like? That looks like you're showing preferential treatment. That looks like, well, maybe they might be, doing things to help them win. Because we all know last year, the big story was Taylor Swift at the game. Taylor Swift don't have shit to do with football. But Swift at the football games. Now it's like, oh, can they do a three-peat? So when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I get it. They're going for a three-peat. Taylor's going to be at the game again. But if people are in an uproar and saying, okay, well, how is it that this guy is not suspended? It makes it look like you are doing things to help them get to that three-peat.
I'm gonna say this really quickly, and I'm gonna let you go. So
wait, I'm gonna just put it like this, dude. And we've all been in those situations where I feel like it's gonna be some players come out and say something, because we've all been in that situation. You be like, dude, how dare I'm in trouble, but you're not in trouble, and we did the exact same damn thing. There's gonna be some guys that's gonna come out and be like, hey, wait a minute. I was just speeding and I got a speeding ticket and I got suspended, and this dude caused the whole accident and he not. It's gonna be some guys that's really pissed off about that.
I think to your point, the only way that Roger Goodell and the powers that be get this correct or fix this issue is if players step up. I'm gonna read you something really quick. So we have J.C. Jackson for the New England Patriots get 1 game contract detrimental. Zay Jones 5 games contract detrimental. Chris Claybrooks 8 games contract detrimental. Cameron Sutton 8 games contract detrimental. Kevin Strong, a defensive tackle for the Arizona Cardinals, got 3 games. Here's the thing. This situation with Rashee Rice took place on April 11th. The court date for this thing is June 23rd, 2025. He's not even going to court for this thing until June 23rd.
I'm gonna just put it like this, bro. Me and Steve from Texas, bro. If his name was not Rashid Weiss, he would have been tried, convicted, jury. He would have been in a white jumpsuit by now.
Oh, he would have been under the jail.
Yeah,
you know, he went all Grand Theft Auto on the highway in Dallas. It's like you can't do that, dog. It's like
in Dallas,
in like in no repercussions at all. It's just like, again, I always feel like, did you talk about conspiracy theories? I always feel like the owners, like they get one, they get to call in that one, and I think the Hunt family called in their one for this one. So there you go.
Dude, I drive like 10 miles under the speed limit in Tarrant County. That's how bad the sheriffs are. Like, like I say, this dude's sitting up here and you're like, dude, you don't even have a court date for like after the Super Bowl?
After the Super Bowl. June 25th, 2025. We be walking, kids are graduating from high school on that day.
Bro.
I mean, clearly the judge is a Chiefs fan. The judge is a Chiefs fan. That's how it is. That's how it goes.
Fan of money.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, well, they was starting that petition trying to get them to come back to Dallas, trying to get them Chiefs back. But like I say, man, the thing about it to me is like, I could even say if they were like, hey, you know, the NFLPA stepped in, we negotiated, you know, a fair amount of games. It has literally been dead silence. Nothing. It's like just sweep it under the rug and we just go forget about that. You know, we got something over here, y'all. We need y'all to look at, and we need y'all to forget about that over there. You know.
Well, let me ask you this question. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of talking about it. So the Kansas City Chiefs just signed Juju Smith-Schuster back. Do you have anything like maybe that they're preparing? Maybe something does come of this or no?
And it reads like receivers.
I mean,
true. But that was a shocker though, because they cut Justin Watson, so that's probably why. That was a shocker that they cut Justin, but he just never materialized. But you know, they signed somebody who knows the system, and you know, Andy Reid loves receivers. You know, we all know that. That's why Kadarius Toney's over there, because Andy Reid loves receivers.
He ain't there no more.
He ain't there no more.
He ain't there no more. But I mean, that was
former Kansas City Chief.
Yeah, but that was the writing on the wall, like, you know, 2 seasons ago.
He probably missed the wall too.
Yeah,
it was writing on the wall. He probably missed that too.
Yeah, like when I knew what time it was when he didn't play in the Super Bowl. Like, oh, he gone. He is never gonna play another game for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's out of here. You know, but yeah,
he was already walking on thin ice, and then he just said, "You know what? Let me put my big toe in the cold ice." You know,
exactly.
Yeah, he was already out of there. But yeah, dude, like I said, I'm one of them dudes, man. You know, it has to be fair treatment, because if it's not fair treatment, then people start feeling a certain way. And I think a lot of these players, because there was a lot of big players who got suspended, or you know, even if it's just like 1 game, 2 game, and it's like, dude, so you trying to tell me that this dude did all this and he gets no games?
But Larry, if players start doing that, and then let's say they mess up, then people gonna be like, oh, but wasn't you the one that was all talking about, like, you know, blah 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 blah, whatever like that? So that's why most of these players are gonna keep their mouth shut, Larry. I don't know, because
these game chicks, and you know, people start feeling the same way when they missing out on these big game chicks. You know, NFL players not that smart. They don't manage their money like that. Remember, they was like the first ones over here filling out unemployment. You know?
They was getting them PPP loans.
They were. They definitely were. They definitely were.
I got a $10 million house, but I need unemployment check. You know, hey, can you come and mortgage this month? You know, hey, you know. But I'm just saying, when they missing game checks, people gonna have something to say about it. And to be honest with you, regardless if I was a Chiefs fan, whoever fan, I just think that it's utterly egregious for them to not even like utter the word suspension with his name, when we all thought he was going to be the first one suspended.
He should have been the first. One suspended.
We were like, oh, does he even play this season?
Yeah,
that was a conversation that we were having.
Yeah, he should have been on the commissioner's list to begin with. He's, you know what I mean?
Dude, it's been dudes that haven't even been charged. And I'll go, you know, y'all know I feel a certain way about it, but Deshaun Watson was not even charged. Not even a what do you call it? When somebody call and make a police report. It was never even a police report, and he was on the commissioner's exempt list. This dude got video evidence, court dates, you name it, and you're not even on the commissioner's list.
Yeah, eyewitness testimony. Everything like yes, officer. That was Rasheed Rice walking down 45. Like, yeah, that was him. You know,
he's on World Star. He's on, he's on YouTube. He's on everything else right now. You be like, you know what? But we'll see how it play out. We'll see what happens. But I just think it's not fair to these other players who are taking the punishment and somebody who have all of the evidence against them and he not. So we'll see Taylor Swift, and I don't know, Ray Rice, Rasheed Rice, they might be doing a collabo or something. I don't know.
Listen, my daughter loves Taylor Swift and she thinks she's in love with Patrick Mahomes. So that's the future. That's the future of the league.
Yeah, okay. I mean, bless her heart.
Yeah, yeah, but I wanted to just say this on the way out. The NFL is going to allow like private equity, like firms to like get
that passed.
Yeah, and look, who's gonna be the first team to take that Saudi money? And why is it the Dolphins?
Why the Dolphins?
Why the
Dolphins? They find
Jeffrey Ross can't help himself, man. He's been chasing after celebrity. He was giving out pieces of the Dolphins to any celebrity who even set foot in Miami. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, Jeffrey Ross gonna be the first one to take some of that Saudi money for sure.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars.
They already got the relationship. They already got the relationship. So it's like, yeah.
Yep. I think it might be Washington because they don't turn down no money.
Yeah, well, I mean, the new owner might. The new owner might.
Daniel Snyder didn't turn down no money, but it's like,
Well, I mean, Magic might be like, you know what? Hey, we could work on some things over here, brother. Hey, we can get some more capital coming over here. But I actually, y'all saw me put in the chat, man. I actually would love it to see, some of these people that have been trying to get a part of a team get in on it. Like
minority owners.
Yeah. Jordan could do it. He'd be like 10%. Hey, you want to check? LeBron could do it. And like, some of these ones that have been trying to get in and really own a part of an NFL team. And
I really hope it's not LeBron. Just hate.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a real statement.
Yeah, but I would love it.
This isn't like how Jay-Z owns the Nets. You know what I'm saying? This is like actual real stake, a nice actual piece of the team. So it'd be interesting to see some of these groups, like where they go with or whatever. But like I said, I'm very interested to see which team takes this Saudi oil money first.
I would love to see, when you hear these stories about, like a Byron Allen or somebody like that, like actually put some money together and it'd be, some real black ownership in NFL teams. I mean, because I hate to say it like that, but the NFL is that one, we all say it, good old boys, and somebody get into where they can start breaking up the good old boys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some
only takes one. Only takes
one. It might be some Saudi money, Hey, look, hey, don't give me.
They got a little color to them too, right?
Hey, hey, look, don't get me started, Steve. I didn't got into so many arguments with my friends about boxing and that Saudi money. I'm like, yeah, that Saudi money is real.
Yeah, that money ain't going nowhere.
Buster said it, right?
Hey, Francis Ngannou said I did 2 fights and made more money than I ever made in UFC. He say, man, I ain't never going to UFC. I'm good.
Rap money.
Yeah, we getting it. Hey, but I mean, I would.
No, there was a hole during the return. Oh no, Penn State and Ohio State are locked, still tied at 3 in the horseshoe. Boys, just to give you an update. I wonder how this one ends for the Nittany Lions.
Not well. Not well at all.
I can't with you.
Not well at all. With that being said, gentlemen, let's get out of here, man. It's been a pleasure doing this with you guys as always. As I said before, the confidence picks are locked in. We're gonna touch base on those on next episode, which is next Tuesday, and we're gonna roll out NFL picks the same way. So definitely come prepared. Looking forward to seeing how this week's college football games turn out. Coach Lazar, you know how we do, man. Give us a plug in the closeout.
Oh yeah, man. Like once again, another successful boardroom meeting from your boys here at the Executives View. If you see the show, share the show. Simple as that. Make sure you hit us up all over YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. We're gonna get this TikTok jumping hopefully here pretty soon. I'll leave that to Aaron. He the TikTok god. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave that to him. But y'all know what it is. God is good.
All the time.
Water is life. Make sure y'all staying hydrated out there. And of course, straight from Shaolin, Wu-Tang is for the children. See y'all next week.
Yes, sir, Coach. Appreciate you, big dog. My man, water shirt and everything. And everything. And Larry, man, another successful show with you, my guy. Hey, we didn't yell at each other today, man. I consider that a success.
Man, we learned last week what trigger words mean.
Y'all need safe words. Y'all need a safe word like Skittles.
We gotta know what trigger words is. You know, it's like walking in the house and saying Thanos. We don't say them words anymore. You don't mention that. Look. Hey, fellas, like I say, once again, man, it's been a pleasure, man. You know, I love doing this with y'all. I look forward to every Tuesday night, man. You know, hey, I'll be honest with y'all. I even look forward to Aaron and his dad on with Steelers. I'm all in the chat, man. Look, we should do the shit night. Hey, you know, do the Diddy. You know, hey, look, I'm all everywhere. I'm in the studio. I'm in the remix. I'm everywhere. But you know, Barry, I'm gonna be on tomorrow, checking y'all out. Check out this Giants show. You know, like I say, showing support for, you know, even if I'm not on the show, because I love everything that we're doing up in there. We'll keep this momentum going. I'm gonna just say, Aaron, brother, you know what my final comment was about your Steelers. We gonna stick to it. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say that trigger word because I know you're gonna get mad if I say that trigger word that begins with an R. But he knows what it is. And I'm gonna just say, fellas, we talk about sports. But yeah, we about to get into some fantasy football too.
It's gonna be crazy, dog.
Hey, I'm out.
All right, big dog. All right, man. Good to see you, man. Villain, man. You got a quick turnaround, my guy, man. You and Miss Adriana are gonna do the thing because of tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing what you guys talk about, man. Give us a plug in the close up and shut it down, my man.
Yeah, man. Listen to the show tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Adriana Arafo, New York Giants fangirl, gonna do the show with me. I got a guest that's hopefully popping through, my boy Anthony, Giants fan. So we got that. We're gonna have a couple of Giants. I got jealous. I watched Sirius show and I said he got 4 Steeler fans in the same place at the same time. I can at least get 2 of my friends up in here. So no, shout out to Adriana. Go follow her on she's on TikTok, she's on Instagram. She does a great job, does great insights. So looking forward to that. I got another special guest, my little one. She's been dying to get on the show with Sirius. I told her, you're not ready for Sirius, so I'm gonna let you get on the show with Daddy Talk Giants. She's like, so I gotta get my Giants gear together. Yes, you do. You better come prepared. Daddy gonna grill you. But nah, so she's excited about that. Get on the show for a little bit before I got to put her to bed. So that'll be fun. And so look out for that. Sirius has got his Steelers show. We got other shows we're going to try to pop off and do. I don't know if we're going to be able to get in a WWE show, but we might be able to do something like that. Shout out to my mommy, Rhea Ripley, out there doing her thing. She's a terror twin, but she's really with the villain. You know, shout out to her. Rest in peace, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, Sid Vicious. That was very heartbreaking to hear about that. But listen, we're having a lot of fun here in the Executive View, and we got a lot of things popping, man. So stay with us, share the show, like the show, tell a friend, all that good stuff. We got a lot of content that's coming your way. We're doing it big, man. So peace.
All right, big dog, man, villain, man, get your rest, man. It's a pleasure doing this show with you as well as everybody else, man. Also, as villain said, tomorrow evening, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, New York Giants show. He and Adriana is going to do a phenomenal job breaking down New York Giants stuff. They're going to talk about the preseason. They're going to talk about 53-man roster. They're going to talk about a lot of different other things. And then you get 24-hour break. And then on Friday night, my father and I and the rest of my friends will be back in this building talking Steelers, kind of the same concept, breaking down the 53-man roster. Looking forward to the Atlanta Falcon game, which kicks off for us on the 8th in Atlanta. So what Steeler team is going to show up? We're going to talk about that, break that all down. And again, as Villain said, man, we got a lot of stuff on tap, man. Shout out to my friends at Nonsense Thoughts, partnering with them guys. My man Jared helping me do a lot of different things. Corey, Aaron, and all these guys talking wrestling and all sorts of different goof stuff. Fantasy football is here. Larry said it in his closeout. I'm coming for championships. I said what I said. I'm coming for championships. With that being said, God bless. Catch you guys on the next one.